This is the epic lifestyle of Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is arguably one of the better, if not the best known centers in the NBA. Coming from Serbia and looking talentless when he was younger, he quickly showed the world that he deserves a place in the league. With his unique sense for both basketball and humor, he became the joker we all needed in the NBA. An ever-laughing, trolling sensation who doesn't care to take the game too seriously, but still dominates it in ways no one has ever done. Being the ongoing MVP, he's literally made his way to the very top. But why is he so successful? What type of lifestyle does he live? What's his net worth? And who's his hot wife everyone's been talking about? See, Jokic began his youth basketball career in Serbia and got signed by Mega Basket back in 2012 as he became an emerging talent who dominated his category in almost every aspect. After the first 5 appearances in the Serbian league, his numbers were already outstanding, with him averaging almost 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 3.3 assists per game. We could say that a star was born, but at that point, he wasn't even scratching the surface. He was developing into an insanely good player on both sides of the court, and in 2014, he got unexpectedly drafted into the NBA as the 41st overall pick by the Denver Nuggets. He was that surprised that they almost had to force him to come play to the US. Jokic is just 27, and his impact in the league in the past few seasons has gone parabolic. At this point, every NBA fan knows who he is, and probably loves watching him as well, because, well, it's just hard to not. He's not just being compared to the best stars in the history of the NBA, people are saying he's even better. One of his main attributes is his unique passing skill and the fact that he's subscribed to the channel. That really makes him cool, so make sure you subscribe as well. When Jokic was named NBA MVP in the 2020 to 2021 NBA season, he helped make himself super rich by becoming eligible for a Supermax contract extension in 2022. Based on current projections, a Jokic Supermax extension in 2022 would be the largest contract in the NBA history at $241 million. That's even more than Luka Doncic got, and he got $207 million. That's an insane number, but of course, Jokic is worth every penny. The entire Nuggets franchise revolves around his breathtaking dominance, and there's currently no reason to expect him to go anywhere else for a long time. Maybe even forever, as Jokic has even suggested he would like to be like Tim Duncan and play there for his entire career. Things could always change, of course, but the expectation is that Jokic will sign his extension the first chance he gets. That's an incredible amount of money, especially when you remember that he's doing all that after coming into the NBA as a second-round pick. His current contract is a 5-year deal worth nearly $148 million that he signed back in 2018. That indeed is a lot, but who would argue for an extra $100 million? Nobody. So we can easily say Jokic is sitting on a lot, and I mean a lot of cash. With a net worth this big, the only logical thing to buy is a car that stands out as much as it possibly can. And if you're thinking Lambo, that's too beta for Jokic. And I'm honestly not sure if he could even fit in one. Our man bought a literal beast on 4 wheels. Mercedes G63 AMG Brabus. And if that doesn't surprise you, there's only 10 of those in the world. The big body Benz is said to be the fastest SUV any manufacturer has ever produced. and Jokic had it custom built, requesting a standout orange interior. An interesting choice, but it makes it look even more impressive. He bought the 700 horsepower beast after marriage, and it's currently the main attraction in the streets of his hometown of Sombor, back in Serbia. That's a pretty big upgrade from the last whip that he had. Literally, since before he bought the new car, he's been seen cruising around his hometown in a horse-drawn buggy, like a true king of Serbia. Serbia is officially recognized as a parliamentary constitutional republic, but that's all over now. It's now a monarchy, and Jokic is new king. Bend the damn knee. Anyways, fans of the famous NBA stars are usually the hungriest to know who their favorite players are dating. Why is that so? Because just about every man dreams about Instagram models, which are often found in the arms of NBA players. Well, while Jokic might be an exception, he's married with the love of his life. He went with the good old saying, when the pandemic hits, you get your high school sweetheart, drop on your knee, and ask her to marry you. Jokic and his wife, Natalia Maticic, have been dating since 2013, and tied the knots in a private wedding ceremony in the Serbian city of Sombor, his hometown. The couple has been together since high school, when both of them were just 18 years old. She's a psychology degree holder from the Metropolitan State University in Minnesota and has accompanied Jokic to the US when he joined the Denver Nuggets. Their wedding was planned a bit earlier than it happened, but got delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, yet it was always a sure thing of the future. The reception in Sombor was also heavily guarded and with few guests. The two are deeply in love, and she travels everywhere with him when she can, and they routinely go to Serbia to relax and enjoy their home country, since she's a fellow Serbian native. She's obviously a very important puzzle of his life, because they stay together through thick and thin. It's also nice to have someone that speaks your native language. Nikola refers to Natalia as Lyubov, which means love, and together they make the cutest couple ever. Besides everything that was mentioned already, Jokic lives a pretty chill lifestyle, devoting most of his free time to hanging out with his girlfriend and with his horses that he's got back in Serbia. While most of the NBA stars splurge all around, Jokic tries his best to keep it humble. The only house that he owns is still in his hometown back in Serbia, where he still, to this day, takes care of his horses and plays the role of a common farmer when the off-season comes and he isn't playing in the NBA. You can go about and act jealous, trash talk Jokic for having insane amounts of money, which he can buy anything he wants with, but you simply can't deny the fact that he's one of the greatest players ever, has one of the best personalities the NBA has ever seen, and that he's worth every single penny of his net worth.